Yeah, so new patch, new tier list, and even though heroes didn't really get readjusted much, the new patch changed two major things in my opinion in terms of hero strength. Point number one is that AoE abilities slash like teamfight abilities are a bit weaker because there's less 6v6 fights, even though the Rift is still really important and the most important objective in the game. There's more spread out fights, smaller skirmishes. And point number two is, and the bigger one, health in the game got reduced, which means bursting people down or having a lot of sustain became a lot stronger because the characters that have like built-in lifesteal or built-in life swap, etc., just feel better in the current meta. We'll go from A to Z, and Abrams did technically get nerfed, right, with his with the changes he's gotten, but he is a tank that has lifesteal and he does really, really well. I think S tier might be a bit too high for him. I think he's a very solid character. Tanks in general got hit less hard by the health adjustments because they're already really tanky, and Abrams is just a really tanky character. Yeah, easily A tier. Apollo got massive buffs, okay? Like everything about Apollo got stronger. The Repose has even more range, is more consistent. The lunge does a lot of damage. It has a lot of lifesteal. He has been getting buffed after buffed after buffed. They buffed the ult again. It actually still hurts. I want to say he's back to like being really strong. He feels like a really solid character in the meta. I've seen a lot of Apollos carry. I do think his one weakness is his lane used to be like super OP, but now it is a bit weaker than before, but he's very, very solid. I'm gonna put him A. I don't think he's like outstanding. Okay, next up, Bebop. Same story as with Abrams, right? Like he is a tank, he didn't get affected by the changes as much, and he didn't get a lot of balance changes or any balance changes himself. But he has uppercut, he can sustain really well, and tanks in general feel really strong. Also a super solid character. Billy got nerfed, but not really. Like, once you get to like mid to late game and you build for his Rising Ram, it actually does the same amount of damage. So it's a tiny bit weaker when you first get a max in Rising Ram, right? That's how you play Billy. But he still feels really solid. I think he's like actually a top 5 character in the game still. Like, he is very strong, he kills everyone. Not much else to say about him other than he's actually crazy. Calico. So Calico, they didn't buff again, but she already felt really solid. And again, she's one of the burst characters. Everyone is lower in terms of HP, which means Calico has that threshold again where she can burst someone down. And I think she's an ST character. I think she's very good. Celeste is kind of the same story, where she is a character that has a lot of sustain, lifesteal. They buffed her ult massively, and yeah, she's very good at staying alive, even though her HP pool is not massive. She can stay alive by just existing, putting her one on people, and just getting a lot of health back that way, right? Like, I think she's a crazy character. She didn't need buffs, and I do think she's a meta-defining character in the current meta. I see Dorman less and less. Can I put him anywhere below S tier? No. I think the utility he provides is just unlike any other, and he is such a massive ult, like such a high impact teamfight ult. He's hard meta in pro play, but again, this is a ladder tier list. I think he's a bit weaker in ladder play. I'll put him A tier for ladder play. Drifter, probably one of the characters that got the biggest buffs, and all of the buffs he got on paper don't seem like very strong, but if you put them together, he actually feels really scary. I couldn't tell you what exactly happened to him. I wouldn't have expected him to be this good, but he is super strong. I think he's an A tier character. We still have yet to... Okay, I was gonna say we still have yet to rate characters lower. I think Dynamo is the first character that is not really that good in this meta. With the way Rift fights work and with the way the meta works, it's rare to get like a big 6-man team fight, right? The Rift fight is pretty dynamic because it's a pretty big area. It's rare to get really good black holes, and Dynamo lives or dies with black holes. And I do think it's just kind of hard to get value out of the character. First dogshit character, Graves. She just doesn't do anything well. They nerfed her so much that I think if you play well against her, she doesn't do a lot of damage. Most characters have some way to deal with the skulls nowadays. And again, I do think split pushing got a bit better, but yeah, I mean, every time I've played against Graves this patch, she just feels kind of useless. Because if you think about it, if you get like something like, if you win the Rift fight, you get a free split push anyways. So I think Graves just doesn't really fill a role well, and she doesn't do a lot of damage. I think she's one of the worst, if not the worst character in the game right now, actually. And that's a good thing, okay? I hate, just for the record, I'm not saying buff Graves. The character is a very beginner-friendly noob character, okay? She's very easy to play. She's the easiest character in the game. She shouldn't be good. Great Talon? got slight, super small nerfs to his like cooldowns on his Rain of Arrows. In ladder play, again, like, I think he's just very good. Great Talent actually loves smaller engagements because you can send the bird anywhere and just help your team out that way. And you're so versatile with it, right? You just kind of sit on mid lane. I don't think he's S+. I can put him low S tier. The reason, by the way, I don't put him higher in ranked is he has one weakness, which he blows up really easily. If you don't have a team that plays with you, he's super team reliant. Haze? Kind of dog shit now, no? Haze had one thing going for her, which was ult. Curse, but Curse got another massive nerf. Like, Curse now makes it so you have 14% less damage. Like, realistically, Haze doesn't even want to buy Curse anymore in a lot of cases. So her entire late game combo, kill combo, is like super hard nerfed. Yeah, in general, gun damage is kind of dead right now, I think, on most characters. Like, Spirit is just better. I think raw gun damage is just not good on most characters, right? There's some exceptions. Like, melee characters are still good in terms of, like, gun damage, like Silver, for example. I think I'm gonna put her D tier. I think she's the second worst character in the game. Holiday is still insane. Someone came in yesterday and called Holiday unplayable. People are crazy. I think she's S+ still, no? She got somewhat adjusted in terms of her barrel damage, but she still has some of the best, if not the best, mobility in the game. One of the best, if not the best, initiation ults in the game. And a nuke that boops people up. And a good gun. If she's not S+, she's S tier. I'm gonna put her S tier in ranked. Because again, you need a teammate sometimes. But like, I cannot put her any lower than S tier. Another character that actually really benefited from this patch and might be the most controversial rating of the character on the tier list. I think Infernus is crazy. Tankiness is worse, right? How does Infernus tank? You still play him as a dash tank character, right? How does he tank? Not by having a big HP pool, but by having a lot of lifesteal, right? Like, he doesn't die because of his mobility and his lifesteal. It is better. Lifesteal is better. Which I guess we can get into that now. And the same happened to Geist. She didn't get any buffs, but she is also very strong. I want to say Geist is up there with Venator as the best carry now. Because, again, Geist's sustainability is not her max HP pool. It's the fact that she has so much life drain, right? Like, so much lifesteal. And again, the gun didn't get changed, right? I do think she's an SD character. Okay, I guess we can put Venator here. I don't know why that character didn't get nerfed. It's the best carry in the game. Ridiculous damage at all points in the game, in the lane, in the mid game, and then he does hyper scale into late game. He's just by far, I think, the best carry in the game right now. Not even close. Ivy got buffed. A few small quality of life buffs, and I think that puts her right up there as one of the best supports / off supports, right? You can play Ivy hybrid where you get some support abilities, but you also get Echo Shard, right? Like Echo Shard, double stun Ivy, and then have like a lot of AoE, crowd control, right? With Vines. She is very good. She is on the level, almost on the level of Rem for supports. Good transition to Rem. Still absolutely crazy, right? He got like small adjustments in terms of healing, but like in late game, he still heals everyone to full. Plus, if you have a Rem on your team, and you win a Rift fight, you Giga buff the Rift creeps, and you get a free walker and maybe even a base push with it. I had a game where I was behind 20k, we had a Rem, and we won one Rift fight, and then we pushed to their base, and then we were up 10k. I'm not gonna put him S+ for ladder play, because again, he's a support, and as Piggy said in chat, I do think it's situational. Like, if you don't have a lot of beefy brawly targets to heal, he's not that good, right? He loves having a team that is all in, so he can like jump from person to person and just heal. I do think he's the best support in the game still. Kelvin, I think, is like mid. I have no thoughts on him, other than like, he's not as good at healing as Rem is. His ult, you know, like, he always has Ice Dome. Ice Dome is a crazy ability, but the rest of his kit is just kind of you know? Kelvin loves longer fights, but again, like, people blow up faster, so a lot of the time Kelvin can't get that much value in longer fights, I think. Lash, S+? Lash got buffed, even though he was already crazy. But then again, S+ should be like the giga broken characters. I do think Lash is like easily top of S tier. Not broken, but insane. I think Guinness is like pretty fucking weak. Character has an identity crisis where she's not the greatest gun character. Her support abilities are not that good. I think McGinnis is like really, really bad. Like, I never like having a McGinnis. on my team. But like, I don't think she's like absolutely useless like most like Graves or Hayes picks are. Mina definitely is back. Is she like S tier? Probably, right? I think Mina is S. I think she's like low S. I don't think she's like giga broke. Like, I think she's one of the... Yeah, looking at the characters that are gonna come up, she is one of the better characters. I know it looks very top-heavy right now. Listen, a lot of these characters will be lower ranked, okay? Who won't be lower ranked is the best character in the game right now, Mirage. Yeah, I think he's the best ladder character in the game. So Mirage has two things. One, he stops you from doing damage to him. And two, he gets life back. The lower you are in Mirage, the better. So it doesn't matter that everyone is lower HP. Mirage loves everyone being lower HP. His survivability comes from his Tornado and his Scarabs. Not any tankiness, right? So his survivability is just as high as it used to be, while everyone else's survivability is lower. And Mirage also bursts people down, right? Yeah, he's the best laner in the game. He's the best mid-game. Like, if once you get Echo Shard mid-game, he's crazy. He's broken. Mo... very mediocre. Just like kind of support identity crisis here, I want to say. He did get a buff to like Sunblast again. Scorn is good. I don't think he's on the pretty bad tier. Like, I'm not gonna overrate him. Okay, we're gonna rename this chat. Okay, I'm triggered. Wait. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. That makes more sense. Page buffed, strong. Still not as good as Ivy or Rem, I want to say. Paradox, I think is okay. I think she's very solid. Top of B tier, like top of average, I want to say. Pocket, broken, last. I think that's the last character in S plus tier. Oh, S plus tier. Maybe silver, but yeah, Affliction. Enough said. 7. He's okay. He's like a good AOE carry, but again, Venator is better, Geist is better, Wraith is probably better. I think he does his job well. Like, he's okay. Nothing special. Shiv broken. So Shiv just got readjusted again. They gave him like melee on his 2, and now the melee is removed. I think he's S+, right? So I don't know what exactly... Well, they changed quite a few things on him. It looked like a nerf first, but then you play against him and he doesn't die and kills you. And again, same idea. Shiv's tankiness comes from his bloodletting. It's not his overall HP pool. And Shiv also loves when people are low, right? Because he can press dash and then execute and they die. The lower the enemy is, like the less HP pool on the enemy team, the better for Shiv. Silver? I'll put her A. Cannot put her any lower. Like, probably not Shiv level. Probably not Billy level, but close, right? Like, if we compare tanks. Like, with how insanely tanky she is and how, like, unkillable she is. Sinclair? Again, Sinclair I always put in B because it's always situational. If you have good old Steal, he's insane. If you have bad old Steal, he's fucking dog shit. Victor, I think, is very bad. I don't know. I don't see anything that Victor is good at anymore. He, like the last few patches, he was good because you could force, you know, the earn fight, and then you could force the, you die on purpose, so you can get a massive stun, but again, doesn't happen anymore as much. I think he's kind of dog shit. Vindicta, I think, is really good damage. But I don't think she's on Great Talent level. I always love comparing Vindicta to Great Talent. I think they're very close. They're both like insanely high DPS glass cannons. But again, I think Bird is just better than Execute, right? Viscous, hybrid support, broken, got more buffs, has insane lifesteal on the punch now, has a good splatter. Viper, alright. Alright carry. Warden, I think, is dog shit. Old Warden still kind of functions, but he does like no fucking damage anymore with the gun. I know Niwi would disagree, but like, yeah. I think he's very, very mediocre. Wraith somehow feels a bit better this patch. Maybe I'm just having a good time in this patch. I don't think she's on the level... We have to compare her to other carries, right? Or off carries. I don't think she's on the level of Geist. I don't think she's on the level of Mina and Celeste in strength. And he's definitely not on the level of Venator. Yamato also... there you go. That's it. I hate Yamato, so I'm not even gonna comment. B for biased? I don't think Wraith is that good, bro. Is the game fun right now? I think this patch is really fun, yeah. Matchmaking is still shit, but